mostly so it's easier to work around here when we're pouring the whole slab, because we have to back the concrete truck here as tight as we can to this and run the chute in here to load the buggies. And I really don't want this to collapse, cave in, or anything like that. So we're just pouring this now. It'll cure over the weekend. We have rebar tying it all together, so the cold joint doesn't matter. Yeah. All right, you can see it out there. There's Ty's house, and right behind it is the shop. So this job, we're doing this job for Ty's landlord, right? The owner of the property, and Ty's renting that house. And Ty just started with us like a month ago, 6 weeks, something like that. And this guy's name is Mike. It's like, who are you working for? You contractor in Bly? Because we're the first contractors that have been in Bly for about 50 years. It's like, wait, a contractor? There's one in Bly? So I guess he's been having a lot of work done. He owns a couple of ranches now. I don't know how much property exactly. At least a couple thousand acres, I imagine. I don't know though, doesn't matter. And then he called. He's like, hey, I need some stuff done. So he wants us to do this concrete first before winter. It's September 30th, so he's gonna be up here the whole month of October at his other property, hunting. It's hunting season here. But over there, he wants a deck built on one of the houses, double wide house, mobile home. So I met him for the first time in person Friday, a few days ago, and we talked through what he wanted for the deck and different options and ways we could do it, material choices, that kind of stuff. He's a really nice guy, so I'm excited to do more work with him. But he's already signed for this concrete job. I sent him the bid a few weeks ago. He signed, gave a deposit already, and then we talked through some more of the details on Friday when we met. And then he has that deck job for us that we're gonna do in November. Still hashing out some of the details. And then he has another barn that he wants some doors replaced and a wood burning stove installed with the stovepipe and all that. And then he's got other stuff too. So that's just the things that he could think of offhand that he wants done, you know, over the next 2 months, basically. So I think the stove and doors on that barn we're gonna do ASAP. I'm gonna get those ordered, the doors ordered today or tomorrow. The deck, we just have to wait till hunting season's over, so November, probably the second week of November or something. But it's a covered area. It's like a covered patio right now that he wants to build a deck under the existing roof. So it's not gonna matter if it's raining or snowing or whatever. We'll be able to do that either way. So it's always great to find customers that have multiple projects and get along with them. They're friendly. They're okay with your pricing, and they understand that work costs to do. And we do always do our absolute best of our ability on any job we do. We're learning. We're all learning. Because if you're not learning, you're dying. But no matter what, this is what I tell customers, no matter what, whether our experience level is there or not or whatever, if we sign a contract for this price, for this job, and barring any unforeseen circumstances, we will finish that job for that price to the customer's level of expectation and satisfaction. So we're not going to just say, oh yeah, well, it's this crappy thing we left undone and paint messed up or whatever it may be. It's just industry standard. No, we're not going to do that. We don't do that. There have been, I think, 2 cases where there's been extreme customers that want very unreasonable, unrealistic things that are superficial and insignificant. And so but I still work with them. I'll work with them. We'll do the best that we possibly can, and then offer a discount, because even if someone is wrong, them sharing that they don't like us to other people is going to be damaging. So even if it's impossible for us to complete to their standard, we're going to come to some kind of a solution so that they're satisfied at the end of the day. At the end of every project, every customer that we have is going to be satisfied with the work we did for the price we did it. End of story. Sometimes that is difficult, but 95% of our customers, I make sure to set those expectations of what it should look like when it's done and that kind of thing, and set the pricing accordingly to our skill level, and set the timeline expectations and all of that, so that they know before we start that what they're getting in this project when it's done and what it should look like. Yeah, we always come back. We always fix stuff for free. That's always warranted. That's always, if something gets damaged, if workmanship was poor, or if there was unfinished or touch up or punch list stuff, we're always going to take care of that without question. And then above and beyond in many situations. But yeah. He said this put in the burn pile.
Okay.
I'd leave the shelves there.
Yeah, that was my plan. Oh, I didn't even see that
There's an outlet there, and there's one right there connected to that one. So yeah, see this? This is the thickness of all of these posts.
And that's why I've been hitting every single one.
Good thinking. Really good. You're fired. So you can use, for now, you can use just the wall as a reference, because this girder that goes around the whole thing is probably very close to level. So you can measure down from that to at least get your elevation set around the perimeter, and then it's easier to eyeball. Because I forgot to bring the level. Fire me. I don't care.
So, in terms of distance down from that,
yes,
whatever this is, plus
we want, tell you, we want
5 inches below that
the concrete to be 4 inches higher than the bottom of this siding.
Okay.
Okay. On the back wall, it'll be 2 inches higher on the front wall because it's going to have a 2-inch slope. So 4 inches is right there, right? Mm-hmm. So we're 7 inches below the bottom of the girt is where our top of concrete is. Mm-hmm. Okay, and our concrete's 8 inches thick. So we're going to be 15 inches below below bottom of this girder board. Okay. 15 inches down is our cut level. Okay. Okay. And that's along the whole back here. 15 inches below this is where our grade needs to be.
Okay. Not dirt?
Yep, and 13 inches below it. Well, the girt doesn't carry around to the front. But by the time you get to the front corner there, because that's the same level, same girt, you'd be 13 inches below that one. 13 inches below that one. Okay. So you can use that to check your depths. As you're pulling this stuff out, that's like the DG, gravel and sand, put a lot of this in one pile. Maybe right over there where you have that scraped out. Put a lot of this in that pile, because I think as we go deeper, we're going to hit more soil instead. And then we'll want to replace some of it with this stuff. Okay. So save some of this in a pile. And then we'll spread it out afterwards when we know we don't need it anymore. Save a pile. Yeah.
Well, last this comes off the track again.
good start. Oh, nice. Let me step into this a little bit. Oh, hang on. My bad.
So I just came over here to the concrete job today. Today's Wednesday, and I see this in Ty's tool bag. He got a M1 Martinez. He borrowed mine. I let him use mine for a couple of days, and he liked it so much he went and got himself one. It's a good hammer. Expensive hammer, but good hammer. That's one you keep for life. So we're getting this all leveled out. Dad was here yesterday, helped set up some form boards. You probably saw some of that already. And then we got string lines and a 8-inch board there that Ty has that we run right under the string lines and make sure it comes right under them as we level out our gravel. And this is like it's a sand and gravel, like decomposed granite type mix, so it's going to compact very well, and we'll end up with like a good 5 or 6 inch layer of that and compact it at least 2 times, perpendicular paths, maybe even a little more. You just wet it down a little with the hose, compact it, and then over that we'll put plastic and then rebar grid, and then we'll be ready to pour. But that's what we're working on here today, is to work on getting this leveled out. We're about to stop for lunch. If you're wondering and you're thinking, oh, you stupid idiots, you're doing it all wrong, what are you doing, you're wasting time, because we dug all this out and now we're filling stuff back in. Well, let me correct you on that. Glad you asked. Right, Ty? Right. So, customer wanted an 8-inch slab here. There's a good layer of this gravel sand mix that's going to compact really nicely. It's almost like a structural fill or something. So that's going to be really good to pour on once we compact it. That'll support the slab nicely. The problem was, if we just dug out, because we wanted to go about 4 inches below the grade outside, so that our slab is above the grade above the outside grade, so we could slope away from the building, right? For water drainage. If we had just dug this down, then we would have been pouring directly on, let me show you. There's this crappy clay soil underneath it, which is what we have in our area, in Southern Oregon. All this clay. So there is a layer of this, and that's what we would have been pouring on. It's just super clay, very high clay content. So if that gets moisture, if it absorbs moisture during the winter or whenever it rains, then it starts expanding, contracting, doing crazy things, you know, to just jack up the concrete bad. So we had to dig all of this out, pile it up nicely, and then remove about 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches of that bad clay soil, and then bring our nice stuff back in. So now our nice stuff is going to be about 4 inches lower than where it was before, and we can pour on the good stuff rather than on that bad clay. That is why we had to dig the whole thing out, 2 layers of it, good stuff, bad stuff. Leave the bad stuff outside, put the good stuff back in where the bad stuff was. So there you go. That's your answer to the question you never asked. We're getting close. We're like halfway graded. I'm going to get the compactor because no day would be complete without me forgetting something important. So I didn't bring it. I'm going to go get it. We'll start compacting this. Over at the concrete job now, and these lazy bones just sitting there, they didn't even record anything. Unbelievable. So they've started on supporting the outside of this metal, because we're going to pour concrete in there directly against the metal, And if we don't support it on the outside, it's just gonna bend way out and get pushed out from the concrete. So we're going along the sides and the whole back. And we don't need a lot. I mean, we had scrap 2x12s left over from forming on another job, so we're gonna use those. And then we have other 2x4s. Don't need a lot, really. It's just to hold it in place. And these are not gonna be directly against the concrete anyways. They're just holding the metal in. But we'll try to get some footage of that going in too.
Hey guys, so we're currently working on the rebar. This is just a little update. Bryce and Ty started yesterday, and we are just in this right back corner of the shop, working our way, you know, starting here, working our way that way, just kind of coming back this way as well, obviously. We're doing 18-inch by 18-inch squares like this, and just tying them all up at the joints. So nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting, but you'll get a couple action shots of what I'm doing. I'm obviously measuring from the outside edge to the outside edge here, so it's, you know, it's technically 18 on 18 center. This guy needs to come forward. All right. Oh. Whoops. Great first shot, action shot. Why not? Nice. All right, that was kind of what I'm doing. You're welcome.
Oh, it's got battery. Look at that. So we're here finishing up forming and prepping for the slab. We've got Caleb's working on tying off the rebar. Bill's working on these frost trenches. This is just for the big bay doors. You drive equipment in, we want a real strong edge on that concrete. So we're going about 24 plus inches deep there. We have this super fun. I got this in Japan. Normally these are like $3 grand, and I got it for like $700 in Japan. It's pretty great. Bryce calls it the parrot gun. You just wrap around. I don't know if that's in the right spot. Probably not. He'll fix it. Alright, under our man doors, we already have our trenches in here. These ones are, I don't know, 30 inches. 28, 30 inches, something like that. 6 mil vapor barrier the whole way. We have a good about 6-inch layer of that I was showing you. I don't know, it's been like a week, but of that compacted, nice sandy gravel stuff, and it compacted really well. Like this. There's like no organic matter in that at all, so it'll be stable for a long time. And then the plastic over that, and then our rebar, 1/2-inch rebar at an 18-inch grid, and then we're doing an 8-inch slab in there. We have the whole thing measured out. Bryce and Ty had them redo it a couple of times. We could have done it, you know, quickly or whatever the first time, but this job doesn't have a critical time limit. Like, it doesn't have to be done by a certain date, and it's a great, really, I already talked to the customer about it. He was happy that I'm training guys and they're learning, and so I don't know, I try different ways, but sometimes it's just showing them over and over again. Other times they just need to do it, and they just need to figure out how to get something done and really think about it, wrap their head around it, and come up with the solution themselves. And then it sticks. Then you really remember what you learned. But Bryce and Ty, they were working on leveling out the subgrade and compacting it, and we needed a 2-inch slope from back down to the front, and I gave them like the 0 mark and kind of showed them a couple times how to set the laser and check the 2 inches so our subgrade is sloped the same as the top of our slab will be. And it took them, I'd say, 3 tries, but by that 3rd time they got it dialed in. It's like within an 1/8 inch the whole way, and it's like 7 7/8 plus or minus an 8, so we're 7 3/4 to 8 inch the whole way consistently. So overall I'm pretty happy with that. That'll be well within what we need for this job, being just a workshop. So yeah, I'm happy with it. They did a good job in the end. I guess that's how it always goes though. You don't know how to do something until you learn it, and then once you learn it, you know how. Nothing's hard if you know how to do it. All those things. We are prepped for this pour in the shop. We went ahead and got a couple pallets of bag mix, and we're pre-filling our footings. Not really footing, it's more of a very thickened edge for where the machines will come in and out. So we're pre-filling these just so that it's mostly so it's easier to work around here when we're pouring the whole slab, because we have to back the concrete truck here as tight as we can to this and run the chute in here to load the buggies. And I really don't want this to collapse, cave in, or anything like that. So we're just pouring this now. It'll cure over the weekend. We have rebar tying it all together, so cold joint doesn't matter. Yeah, so we're just pre-filling up to where the bottom of the slab is, so about 8 inches from the top of that board. And meanwhile, the rest of it, all our rebar is tied. It's in place where it needs to be. We have our screed guides in place and to grade. So we'll start with buggy in here from the chute, load it, start pouring this section, and come out. And we'll pour this out to about where the splice is, and then we'll pour that side too, then we'll take this out, the screed guide out, blend it, and continue here. Pour this, pour that, remove the screed guide, carry on until we get to here. So we'll have this whole section poured. A lot of it we'll be able to get just from the back of the truck through that door. So we'll pour from that wall all the way this way, then skip this section, use the buggy to pour this side this way, and then turn and pour from there all the way out. So I think that's going to be the best way to attack this, so that we can use screed guides. The other way is to do a wet pad, and you set your slab height with the with the mag, but we're just not skilled enough to do that yet. We don't have enough practice. We're amateurs here. We just want to give ourselves as much aid as possible and make sure that it turns out as flat and smooth and good as possible. Do you have a breakfast yet, Casey?
Not yet.
You want a donut?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go against that wall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there?
Yep.
I think there's cool for that.
Same spot again. Only been an hour since we started, a little over an hour. It's tiring. I'm glad we have so many people here. Michael, I need like 3 shovelfuls right here. I just got a low spot there. That was a half shovel. Come on. No, that was a half a shovel. I need 3 full shovels.
I was like, 5 shovels.
2 more. Thank you. Thank you. I think under the screen board it slumped down some, and so it got low right to here. Over there it was still good, but right here a little low. Front of the machine? Yeah. Perfect. Other side of the post, Bryce. And tilt the top away from you. Yep, there you go. Yeah, another 5 maybe? You think that would do it, or?
Yeah, let's do another.
Or 10?
Yeah, let's do another 7.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll almost get to the point where you're teasing it.
Yeah,
and then
I know.
it'll start taking more and more water. So.
I checked it all over the place with the level. Okay. It's like 48 at the most. I think we're going to be more like 46, but we'll see.
That's good.
I never want to order too little.
Well, that's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I work with the county road department. That's how we done our asphalt.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put 3 ton on the side of the road. You waste it. You know, it's cheaper than paying everybody.
Yeah. Well, and then we have spots we can dump it if we need to.
Right.
We could put a landing in. So. Yeah, we got to get all the way to the end of this board because this is our stake for our next board that we're going to put across here. So yeah, we just need a little more, which we could pull. We'll have them dump here. We could pull a little bit, and then we're going to take the board out completely, and then that one too, and then go over there. Then we move. Literally, you are. Yeah. Because I don't want the rebar to bend from the thing driving on it.
Okay.
Pull a little more out to here, Bill. Pull from over there, yeah. A little more. That looks good. All right, we can fill the bin. Okay, Bryce. Screed that out, and then I need to pull those boards out. Yeah, you could just park right here instead.
This is the road right there. Right here.
Hey, Michael. That's okay, Nathan. Don't worry about it. Low. Good, good.
Let's get right here.
Yeah, we want to push it up in there as much as we can so it stays. You could pull some from Bryce's feet. Yeah. All right, pull it out and take it to the other corner. Nice. Yeah. Where's my hand float? I need that shovel. Give me a big scoop.
Good. We just finished these two sides and floated them. Just screeded this. It's got to get floated still, but he's currently filling in so the aggregate settles down. And now we just got this little front patio thing here. Sweet.
Pulling this screed guide and this one out now. Then I could blend this in. We'll have to take a few shovelfuls out along there and along here so that we don't have a dip in there. Got our 5th and final truck that we're gonna pour out, and it is, let's see, it's 11:30. So 3 hours to do 5 trucks. It's not great. It's not great, but concrete's acting okay. It's behaving, so it'll be good.
Oh, that came off.
Watch out, we're straight to the shootout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those screeding boards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to let them set up on it. There's one of those at the job site too.
Okay. have that thing back. I was like, yesterday I was like looking for it. I was like, oh, I lost it.
Last at the job site. I think your knife is too.
Oh, fantastic.
It's hard when we spread over multiple sites sometimes.
What? I don't think the corner's been held up by much on this end.
I think that's just kind of trying to hold it.
Can you just kick it in? That? Yeah, just try and kick it in a little bit. There we go. So if we just finish this off. Just take it. I don't. It's not really. Yeah.
The board is just holding it there, but if we let it set up a little bit, then they could probably get what they want.
We just leave it there.
Yeah, not the screen board, but this board.
We should clean the screen board off.
Screen board needs to be cleaned right away.
We need to clean that screen board off pretty quick before stuff sets on it.
Yeah, I don't need to set for a few minutes.
There we go.
But just
Well, you float it, you don't screw it. Yeah, here, I can do it. Okay. I know.
do we have anything longer? Yeah, no. Yeah, let's try that. No, a handful of those things. What we do have?
Brycey, you think you can float to that middle there? I don't know if I can get it.
You have longer arms than Bryce.
No, it's not that I can't reach it. It's that
I can do it. I got.
those level ones. Yeah, I show you.
Are those press better?
Oh, they're dry. That's all that matters. So, I'm assuming that right there. I can't seem to get that, John.
Here, what if we do it together?
Alright.
Power trial together. Alright, ready? I got 3. 3, 2, 1.
See, it just floats right over it. Look at that. I don't know if that's working. You're just pushing up the layer in front of it.
I've seen Brad do this before.
Oh. See, that's why I asked you for help.
We're like borderline setting up, but thankfully I think we got all the pillars and pretty much all the edges by hand. And the trowel is still able to work that surface. Definitely like really good for finishing time right now. The worst part now that we have to deal with is, as you can see, started snowing a lot. Well, a lot is relative, but I don't know, ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch or something. It's just not stopping. It started raining a lot earlier. Again, a lot. Started raining a substantial amount earlier, and then it switched to snow, and that door was still open. So we got a bunch of water. That's mostly drained off now because the slab is sloped. But I don't know. I think we'll still be able to get a good finish on it. And then what else? Thankfully it's as cold as it is because the concrete's setting up good. Just pretty much just how I wanted it. We got a little behind because the buggy was down. I think if that didn't happen, it would have been like right at where we want it. You know, when we're on there finishing, it'd been perfect. But it's still good. It's going to turn out good. The finish is turning out nice, so I'm not upset about it at all. The only thing that's annoying is the wet, the snow and rain. So our landing slabs, because we ordered extra concrete to be safe for the slab in front of both of these man doors, and they just got completely drenched. So we have plywood over them now, but it is still snowing. I want to be able to take the plywood off and, you know, clean up the edges of them and at least make them presentable. But if it keeps up, then I might just come back and tear them out. I don't know. If I can make them presentable, then I think the customer will be happy with it, because that wasn't in our contract anyways, any landings outside. That was just the extra concrete, so we put it there. But if it turns out really bad, it's no big deal. We can just tear them out. Not a big problem at all. Annoying? It would have been nice to have them, a nice finish, broom finish on them, but not a big deal either way. All right, it is 5. The snow stopped, so I had to drop everything, and I came out here to pull the plywood off and see if I could get a finish on these. There's a lot of water drops up near the wall. Our door threshold is going to come out over that 2x sub, so we wanted to leave that in place. But I was able to round over the edges on this one. There's some, I mean, if you look, you can kind of see some like divots right there. Maybe one right up there. Overall, not bad though, considering we had to we couldn't touch it for a while until it stopped snowing. So I used the hand float as much as I could and broomed it, and it It doesn't look bad. I'm actually surprised. I thought for sure I was just gonna have to tear it out. Maybe I still will, I don't know. Maybe he won't like it, but I think he's gonna be fine with it. It's not terrible. And then this side was further gone, but same deal. There's a little bit more of a divot in the middle there. And it's a little uneven along that edge. I tried cutting some of it out and doing what I could, but roomed it, and it looks bad there right now just because that build up against the dirt pile. But tomorrow or Friday we'll be able to come back and pull the stuff off the edges and see. It's not terrible. This one I couldn't get that rounded, the edging tool in there. It just didn't do it. So this one maybe he'll have us tear out, but it's really usable as it is right now. We'll see. I'll let him decide. If he wants to take it out, we can, no problem. But then inside you could see, I know it's dark, but this whole side of the building is finished. I think there was more accelerator on the last load. I think they added extra, and it kind of started getting away from us a little bit in the end here. So from this angle, this looks really rough, but it's not. All the little imperfections are like 1/16 of an inch or less in difference. So I think once it starts curing up, that's gonna look really good. And if we have to, we could patch or do a different surface finish on there or something, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary. Yeah, it started getting a little stressful because that last load started going off even before, like, the fourth truck, even before some of the stuff from the third truck. So it was unexpected. So we were on the trowel finishing different areas, and then you see over here where that last truck was poured out, it was already starting to go off. So kind of had to jump and be in multiple places at once. The throttle cable broke. So there were several minutes where we were down. I couldn't control it, and we had to jerry rig it, zip tied it to make it functional. So yeah, anything, I just have to have a rule. Anything bigger than, say, 1,000, anything bigger than 1,200 square feet, I think I should just rent a second trowel. That way, when it does start setting up and we can get on it to finish, then we could. I just cut myself off. The owner of the concrete batch plant was calling to see how it turned out, but I let him know there was too much accelerator in that last load, so it kind of started to get away from us, and we had to scrape some cream from here and there on the softer spots to fill in little divots. But overall it turned out really good. I'm happy with it. I'm getting better at noticing the things that have to happen during the finish stage. I mean, you should always be learning. I'm definitely learning. We don't do concrete all the time, so it's just one of the things we do, and we're all learning and getting better. But I think I'm probably being too hard on myself by noticing all the little things that could be done better. But then when you stand back and you look at the whole thing, you look how flat it is. There's only one spot I could find where there's a little bit of a puddle, you could say, a divot, and even that is not very substantial. So overall, the whole thing's flat. Now it's just about done, polished smooth, and the exterior slab's got a decent broom finish on them, even despite the weather. So I'm gonna call it a good day at the end. There was things we struggled through, unforeseen things breaking down, but I'm happy with it. I'm hoping I can meet the customer out here next day or two, and just see what he thinks, and if it's good, and if we're good to go, then we'll be set.
Dirt floor it had, right?
Oh yeah. I'd say it's at least a little better than the dirt floor that was
Ty,
there.
how long you been here? Just
a month or something.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
August?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been here since August.
2 months.
Okay. Cool little place, huh?
Bill says the concrete's perfect.
It's perfect.
Flawless. So we're gonna go home.
Yes.
Ty's already home. Ty's been home all day. What a guy. We've been here working and Ty's just been hanging out at home. So 9.5 hours. 50 yards. Yeah, we're having a lot of cleanup to do. Splatter. It'll all come off though. We have an ugly spot there where the water kept dripping, but Mike didn't tell me to fix the leaky roof too. Maybe that's next. We didn't know the roof was leaky, and then it started leaky on us.
Oh, Mike said that he was like, oh man, I really like the tin you guys are putting up on the barn there. I was like, yeah. And then he was like, maybe we'll put some
At the Barnuminium?
Yeah.
The metal?
Yeah. He was
On
like,
this one?
Yeah. He was like, maybe we'll put some up here or something.
That would look good.
That would look really good.
He did. He came by. He's like, oh, I like this brown. Oh, yeah. As you should. We should do it on this too.
Oh.
Bill almost ran over the donut box. That would be a shame. They're probably no good anyways. Oh, they all got eaten.
The last one did.
Elijah. So how many people do we have here this morning? Chuck, Nathan. Well, let's just count everybody. Chuck, Nathan, Michael, Elijah, Caleb.
That's
5. Bryce, Ty, my dad,
You.
me. 9. There was.
Is there 3 truck people? There was at least 3
Well,
truck people
I mean,
at
helping
once.
pour. 9 of it. There's 9 of us on this pour today. And
There's
then
somebody else.
me too. Sierra was here.
Zero.
She was, doing a lot in there. Yeah.
She was on the job site.
She was moving mud around all over the place.
10. Technically.
But
10.
how many like on the pour? It was 9,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I keep thinking of Miles, but Miles didn't make it, so that would have been 10.
So yeah, 9.
9.
Eight,
It's a pretty solid team.
I wonder if Sierra got the fall.
Who?
Your dad.
My dad? Oh yeah. That wasn't good.
Wasn't Bertha this time that got
Yeah. He fell right here.
It was the pole. Last time he fell in the same hole. Yeah, we dug a huge hole and we didn't know because it just got huge because from the whatever you call it, from the skids. Yeah, from the auger. And we called it Big Bertha because it was just a huge hole. And then we were pouring concrete, and your dad fell in it. We're like, no, Big Bertha, hate him.
Swallowed them out twice when we were laying plastic.
Oh, I need to clean these. This one too. All right, Ty. Yeah, about 6:30. Roll those out.
Okay. It's cold tonight.
Ah, man, there's another water hole right in our front door.
I tried to stop it with that little trowel.
That's annoying. Maybe I'll use some of the patch stuff there. Leaky roof.